whenever.
Welcome back, Warrior fans. We are excited to be back for another episode of the Weber Warrior Pulse podcast. So we're going to be keeping a little bit of a trend from last week, staying in the strength and conditioning staff. Today, though, we have Mateo Celaya. He's actually from Argentina. He was a former player on the men's soccer team. And, well, before I give his background, I'll let him give a little bit of his background.
Well, I'm Mateo Celaya, as he said before. I'm from Argentina. I came here 2017. I came here to play soccer, and then this semester I started as strength coach here at Weber.
That's awesome. So I want to start off by talking a little bit about your 4 years playing as a student athlete here as Weber. You know, you're a great player. I believe you were a 3-year starter. 2-year starter. You started for a decent amount of time. You know, you were a big focal point of the team. You were somebody that a lot of the players knew, somebody a lot of the students knew. I know, you know, going around campus, a lot of people know you. So talk a little bit about, you know, your time here at Weber as a player.
As a player, okay, as I said before, I came here 2017. My first year I couldn't play because of things with Naya and papers. So it's kind of bad because you want to play, you train with the guys, but at the end you can't play, so it's like bad at the same time. So I did like just study most of the time and only train with the guys. And then the second year I started playing. As you said, like start some of the games that year, and then the third one last year I was almost every game starter. The last year I was every game because I was also the captain of the team, so I play every game, almost 90 minutes, all of them. So that was good.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think it's cool that, you know, you faced that adversity. You know, your first year, like you said, you couldn't play because of papers and stuff like that, with NAI and stuff like that. And then by your last year, you became the captain.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's cool though because, you know, as a team, it's cool to have somebody that you know as a captain that you know has been through that stuff. You know, look up to him, you can ask him for questions and things like that. I think that's awesome. And you know, like you said, you studied, and the studying paid off because last year you made the academic All-American team. How did you feel when you found out about that?
It was okay. Like academic was like a side thing because like I wanted to make my parents proud, let's say, more than me. Like I didn't really care about it. But if I have good grades, I can stay here. My parents were paying the school, so I was like, if they are paying for me to come here, I want to do a good job. So I also give me the opportunity to work in the bus center if I have a good GPA. So that's also awesome. So.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, definitely those grades give you good chance of having opportunities. So, like you said, you're from Argentina. So I think that's cool, pretty cool. I always wonder how our athletes from other countries end up here. So if you don't mind going into a little bit of how you got from Argentina here.
Okay. At the beginning, I was studying cooking back home. Nothing to do with what I study here. And I was at one point I was like, I don't think I will work in this like area, like in restaurants and all that, because I started working at a place and it wasn't what I expected. And then I was like, my brother did some tryouts like long time ago, and he ended up playing like professional, so he didn't come here actually. But I did the same tryout he did. It's a place called Camsa or something like that. Like it's a soccer camp that you do like a week basically. I think you play like 3 games in a week or something like that, like Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, something like that. And when you finish the tryouts, you receive like the offers from the different schools, and then you choose whatever school you decide to go. But my family want me to come here to Florida, so I have like I think 2 or 3 options. I think 2, Johnson and Wells, and here was like expensive, so I was like, and it's near to Disney and everything, so I have people like most of the time they go to Orlando to Disney, Universal. They text me and I'm in Orlando. I know you live like pretty near. It's like 1 hour.
Yeah.
So I go visit them and it's kind of cool.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, I didn't know about, you know, it's cool that they have things like that, like the camp and things where you can just kind of go play, show what you have to offer, and then get those offers. That's cool. I didn't know that. So you said, you know, you're studying cooking, so you didn't do it because, like, was your cooking not that good, or you were just like, it's too complicated to, like, actually do the job?
The thing was this, like, during cooking classes and everything, I was good, I was okay. But then I started working in a restaurant, and it's not the same as what you do like when you are practicing. Like everything is like when you practice and you cook like for the class, everything is clean,
Yeah.
everything is brand new, everything is perfect. But you get in a cooking, main also in Argentina, it's not the same like
Yeah.
the cooking places here, and you see things that nobody will like.
Yep. So my next question that I wanted to get to you, how did you start getting into, like you said, you played soccer here. How did you get into like the strength and conditioning world? Like when did you start realizing like this might be something I want to do?
I studied business, like nothing to do with it, but at one point I was here and I decided like to take it serious because I was in that point like second year that I was starting some games, not starting another games. So I decided like okay, I will focus and like do my best in the gym, in conditioning, in the field, in every aspect, you know. So I think it was, I don't know what spring was it. I was every day here, like literally woke up 6 a.m., run from my house here, stay 1 hour and a half alone doing something in the gym, talk with the coaches if I saw some of them, and then go back home and then practice with the team and everything. So I started liking it, coming alone and seeing new things in strength conditioning, start reading some things, watching videos, like stuff like that, and sometimes also talking with the coaches here that they know a lot.
Yeah,
also.
yeah, yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. That really your gateway into it was pretty much just you wanting to be the best you could be, and then you found something you ended up really liking and things like that. So, like you said, you're working here now as one of the strength coaches. What are your ultimate plans? Like, once you leave here, cause I believe, are you a GA?
No, I'm just working.
You're just working. So, like, are your plans, stay here and become, one of those full-time strength coaches? Do you want to do something in strength and conditioning? Like, what do you think?
It's hard. Like, first of all, I didn't expect this at all when I finished school.
Yeah.
Like, I like it a lot. I maybe in the future did something with it. Like, wanted to do something with sports and everything. But as I said before, I finished doing business.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, maybe if I stay here for a year for the OPT, I don't know.
Yeah.
People know it's like a card to work in the States for a year. I was like, okay, maybe I go to a business and stay like work 8 hours a day in a computer, whatever. Yeah. I'm fine with it. But then I was here in the gym alone, just working out, and Drew, it was before the coach with lacrosse. I never had him before as a coach, but I sent during the winter break my curriculum to them, and they thought it was a joke at the beginning. I thought I was just joking as a student, like sending my curriculum and I was working alone, and he came here and he said like, you really want to do this? Like, he never had me as a coach before. Like, I just was a student. He knew me because I was all the time in the gym.
Yeah.
And he's told like, okay, come to the meetings, come to like personal meeting with me and with Austin, the head coach. We can teach you things about strength conditioning. It was awesome. But now I have until March of next year, until the OPT is like finished, and I have to see if I try to keep doing something with this, trying to go to a GA position in another place, something like that, and keep working as a strength conditioning. Or then I'm thinking another thing because I actually wanna still play a little bit more, maybe. And I saw an opportunity of going to Europe to study and play, and maybe I can study something related to this, and also keep playing soccer. That is what I like. So
that's awesome. That's really cool. And the fact that you have all these opportunities. And I mean, I wanted to ask you because I know a lot of people when they ask me, I'm like, I don't know, man. So I just wanted to see if you had an idea, but that's awesome. So I wanted to also talk about, what are some, like you said, you were a player here, now you're a strength coach. What are some of the differences from when you were a player to now you're coaching these guys and you're on the other side of it?
I think the main thing, like difference, is like you see everything a coach have to do behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because when you're an athlete, you're like just get there, change, go to the lift, 1 hour lift, then you go eat, do something for your classes, train, you're actually having the fun part.
Yeah.
We have to do like prepare everything, prepare all the plans, talk to with the guys when sometimes it's like they want to talk about personal life and it's okay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we also like have. I think it's more like that. Like when you're a coach, it's more like having personal relationship with the people, and if they trust you, you will trust them. Have a relationship, and it's that. It's like continuous working all the time. That before maybe I have more time to relax at one point.
Yeah. So do you think, now being a coach, you kind of, when you look back at your previous coaches, kind of more of a sense of appreciation a little bit and things like that, like knowing all the stuff they did behind the scenes that maybe before you didn't see and didn't know?
Yeah, I think it's, as you said, like, I also, like, before I respect them a lot.
Yeah.
Because I really like it at the point, like, to lift and all that. So I always have, like, questions and talk to them, like, in their office and everything. And they have the time for me, although they have a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
But now that I also know all the time that you have to spend on the things, that they give me their time to talk with me, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, really.
That's awesome. And I mean, I know you kind of touched up on it earlier. I was gonna ask if you miss playing. How does it feel? Like I know it's a question that it's kind of every athlete, when they stop playing misses it. But I mean, how does it feel right now? Like I know you said you're planning on hopefully play whether in Europe or wherever. But like right now, seeing those guys out there play like that, like does it give you that thing like I still got my cleats in my room?
Nah, I still take my cleats to every training. Like every time the guys are missing one guy to an exercise or whatever, I'm still their strength coach.
Yeah.
Like I warm them up and do some exercise with them before practice.
Yeah.
And then I stay with them. Like I either help with the goalies. I help to set things. If they are missing one player, I'm the first one to get the penny and get in,
Yeah.
Now I actually miss it a lot. Like also during the games, like just being in the warm up with them and like, okay, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I miss it a lot. But this year the guys are really good, and I hope like I can do my part and help them to get better every day. And I hope this can be the best season ever for Weber. And up to now they're actually playing really, really good. Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of remarkable what they've done in terms of really switching things around. They're off to 5 straight wins, I think, right now. And I mean, they're not just like close wins. Like they've all been like 4-0, 5-1. Like they are real. The offense this year seems to be really kicking on all cylinders. So I mean that and I mean it also just shows a little bit of a testament to what you're doing in the weight room with them, because I think a lot of times when I know with us for lacrosse, when we have freshmen come in, they don't realize how much the weight room is so important to what they do on the field. Like it really does go together. And so, you're kicking them into shape. They're, you're doing your job. But I mean, the soccer team is doing really great this year, and I'm excited to see what they do this year, and you as a part of that.
I think it was also easy, like, them to buy in. Although the guys from soccer, like, love the gym. That's something different from this year. Like, before, most of the guys didn't like it at all. But the new freshmen, some transfers, some people that came, they love the gym. So that's easy for me.
Yeah.
But also them seeing me as a coach in the strength coaches and me being a player before, they are like, okay, there is something that is important for the game doing here. So they like that. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I want to thank you, Mateo, for joining us on our interview. For you guys, Abigail will be back next week with a brand new interviewer. Yeah. And we just want to thank you guys again for keep listening in. We love all the support you guys are providing us. Keep updated on everything we have every week. We have games going on every week, multiple games going on every week. So look at the Weber Athletics page, go online. There's a bunch of info for you guys. And as always, go Warriors.